Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to yet another episode here on the Life Signatures Radio. I concluded a small mini-series within the bigger series yesterday, and in that mini-series we were talking about how to kill apathy. Immediately you have new information, and immediately you have revelation has come your way, you've discovered your purpose or something like that, or an idea comes and so on. You say that is the moment that apathy can easily come in and you don't execute. So we were talking about how we can kill apathy so that we can execute on the new information that has come our way. Please review the past several episodes, more than 10, 12 episodes, in order to get the complete picture of what that looks like. Today we will start talking about something else still under apathy. The idea here is that, okay, fine, I'm already 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 years, 10 years in apathy. Apathy has been staying with me. I know there's an idea that I'm supposed to execute, but I failed. And maybe it's too late because apathy has already stayed with me. It's already set forth. It's breeding inside of me and I am stuck. I am stagnant. I don't know what to do. I want to talk about that today and see what we can be able to do in the next 5 or so episodes. So stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Yeah, so the good news is this. Let me tell you the biggest good news for you. If you have identified that you have apathy, it is good news. Why? Because you can do something about it. And also, it means, number 2, that you know that there is something that you need to do about it. In fact, it means, number 3, that you want to do something about it. The thing is that you want to do, but you are kind of stuck. Because honestly, it might be difficult, not impossible, but difficult for me to help someone who doesn't want. And even God, by the way, God is also stuck. God is also stuck with people who do not want to be helped. He cannot help. Okay, he can help, but he cannot force himself, right? Anyway, the moment you've identified that there is apathy in your life, that it needs to be dealt with, in fact, it has already stayed in your life so long that you are stuck. Some things you're supposed to take action on, you haven't taken action. You had an idea to write a book 20 years ago, 2 years ago. You've not written the book. You had an idea for your startup. You started and things came by and, crowded it and so on. And it's not moving anymore. And you still look back and you see it was a good idea. It was something that was novel, right? You still can be able to do it. And probably you've even been discouraged because you've seen someone in the streets with probably the same thing that you had an idea about. I'm in that place. Some years back, 2, I think, I came across someone who was very good at inventing some things, and there was something that he did in my presence, and he did it so nonchalantly, and I thought, wow, what you've just done here is actually something that can be done by other people. I mean, it can be done and can help other people, not just here. And it's a business idea. And we started talking back and forth, and so on. And long story short, it never happened up to today. And yesterday I saw the same product, or at least a product talking about doing the same thing in the market. I talk about apathy. So the question is, and so that tells you that even as I'm talking about these things, I am talking to myself also. The first step, if you're going to rise up from apathy, if you're going to rise up and take action over apathy, the first thing that you need to realize is that you need to be in the environment of inspiration. That's the first thing. Because apathy, we've said in the previous episodes, it thrives with negativity. It thrives where there is no inspiration, where there is no motivation. So the very first thing that I'm going to ask you is to look around you. Is there any form of lack of inspiration? Is there any density, some dense environment that doesn't spur inspiration, doesn't spur motivation? Question is, what are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you doing? What environment are you living in? What impossibilities are you looking at? Are you staring at every single day? How can we flip this so that we can start looking at, instead of looking at impossibilities, we can start looking at possibilities? So I will just ask you to do a simple thing. Go to YouTube, go to any internet, whatever it is, and maybe a podcast, whatever it is, where there is constant flow of positivity, constant flow of inspiration. Let me tell you, nothing kills apathy than inspiration. Even when apathy itself fights back when inspiration comes. But if apathy has been in existence for a long time, what is the antidote? The immediate antidote for apathy is inspiration. So expose yourself, expose your psyche, expose your mind, expose your spirit to inspiration. Watch movies that inspire you. Watch movies of possibilities where there is comebacks. People are down and out and so on, and then they come back. There are gazillion movies of inspiration out there. Probably, maybe you've been exposing yourself to negativity. You're only watching movies of murders and rapes and so on. There's a lot of, negative things going on. So there's some movies and some series we watch and there is no inspiration there. They have covered our time. Of course, there's action. They're action-packed and so on. But there's a lot of deceit. There's just a lot of demotivation. You don't need that right now. If apathy has been existing in your life over something, you don't need demotivation right now. You need to look for motivation. If you can read it, if you can watch it, if you can listen to it, and then take another step, you can start meditating on inspiration. That's where it begins. If you know apathy has been in your life for 2 years, 3 years, decades, even maybe 1 month, right? 2 months, you've been there and there's something you're supposed to do, but apathy has set in and you are stuck. I'm not going to tell you to start acting. Of course, I'm going to tell you to start acting soon enough, but not today. Today, I'm just asking you, continue being in that state, but start gravitating towards where motivation and inspiration is. Look for books that you can read that are motivating. Look for movies you can watch that are motivating and inspirational. Listen to inspirational people, right? Go to the internet, find a TD Jakes or there's a guy that I'm going to recommend. He speaks inspiration daily for 30 minutes. His name is Joel Osteen. And I know many people are up against him and say, hey, he doesn't preach it. Forget it. Listen, Go and listen to Joel Osteen every single day and start having inspiration being pumped into your life. I had my wife telling me sometimes when you've been living in a season of negativity, a season of demotivation, a season of lack of faith, he says that there's someone who is mentoring her that say that sometimes it needs like 2 years of positive information, 2 years of positive inspiration, 2 years of being pumped with positive information before you can recover. And that's what I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to discourage you with 2 years. I'm just telling you, get in the flow of inspiration. If stagnation has been your portion, apathy has been in your life for a long time, get in the flow of inspiration and start being inspired. And tomorrow I'm going to give you another instruction so that you can be able to know what to do. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.